you won't meet another person who's as passionate as Sherin about improving outcomes and healthcare for children and families throughout the United States and throughout the world.
I was born in India and I was raised there in multiple regions of the country. There's so many children in India. I mean, it was just so much to be done for children that made such a difference and put a smile on their face. And I think it was that smile that stayed with me. It still stays with me. When I was on my rotation during rounds, the chief said he needed to see me after rounds. So I went to his office and he basically told me that you need to go train in the United States. And all I knew about the United States is when President Kennedy passed away. But then he brought it up a second time with me during rounds in front of everybody. I started exploring it a little more seriously, I think, and the rest is history. It was different. But medicine itself is never different.
This is a deeply caring individual. She cares about people. She certainly cares about excellence, whether it's in patient care, whether it's in science and discovery, whether it's in education.
So she's impacted child health by her own outstanding research, by her own personal service to patients, being the leader of a large and impressive Department of Pediatrics at a major academic health center, by leading NIH-sponsored training grants for both fellows and junior faculty.
But at least the technique worked.
When Dr. Devaskar became co-editor of pediatric research, along with her colleague, Dr. Petra Hupi, they created a strong partnership that really strengthened the relationship between the European colleagues and the American colleagues, who were then encouraged to submit their work to pediatric research and really strengthened the journal.
Dr. Devaskar really has taken an approach to very common diseases, but also very rare diseases, whether it's obesity, cardiovascular disease, autism, neurodegenerative disorders, and has attacked it from a different angle. So many people are very interested in treatments, which are very important, or preventative strategies later in life. But she's taken a viewpoint of looking at these diseases or these disorders from a fetal perspective.
But it became very clear that it's not all in the newborn. It starts even before the baby is born. What is a better way to understand what happens to the baby prior to birth other than understanding the placenta, which so selflessly, and this is philosophy, so selflessly ensures that the growing fetus is nourished adequately and prepares the fetus. When the placenta fails to do its job, because of multiple reasons, it affects the fetus in an adaptive manner, meaning the fetus tries to survive against all odds and undergoes some adaptations. And when the baby is born, that what was required for survival now becomes maladaptive to the environment and sets that baby up for developing some disorder later in life. What I'm trying to figure out is there's something that we can detect so early that we can make a difference that a child or an adult never has to suffer. I know it sounds very noble and far-reaching, but honestly, that's what I'm doing.
She's a leader that walks the walk, and she does all of this and continues to do tremendously innovative research that by her peers is competitively reviewed, and her research is renewed by the NIH.
She's actively involved in all of the clinical care at Mattel Children's Hospital and really is a resource to our other physicians and team members who work there. She is passionate about the care that's provided there and making sure that every parent and child is actively involved in the care.
There are some subjects, but not as many. But I think one of the most impressive things about watching Dr. Devaskar in the NICU is her approach with families. She's incredibly kind, she values that relationship, and she realizes that approach and that relationship you establish with families is key to the outcome for any child.
She developed the Children's Discovery and Innovation Institutes as a place to very explicitly learn how we can come together to make discoveries, make innovations that are going to impact the health of children and their families.
I wish I could bottle her magic to share it with others, because she appears to do it effortlessly.
She's sort of the person you think there must be 3 of them, and 2 of them are awake and working at any given time.
How can you achieve happiness if you don't have health? That's what I want for all children, because I think if you have healthy, happy children, they grow up into healthy, happy adults. And I think that's what the society is about. That's what the country and the world is about.